And then the third characteristic of planning is that it is a mental exercise that involves creative thinking. So the first characteristic we're saying planning is goal-oriented. The second one is that planning is looking ahead, because you take it's futuristic, and then planning is a mental exercise involving creative thinking. The fourth characteristic is that planning essentially involves choice among various alternatives. So we talked about alternatives and why it involves various alternatives. So number 4, planning involves choice among various alternatives. Number 5, planning is the primary function of management. So planning is a primary function of management. We said there are 5 functions of management. What are these 5 functions of management? Sorry? No.
Controlling, organizing,
what else? And number 5, planning. Coordinating goals with controlling, organizing, somewhere, and planning. Yeah. So we are saying this is the primary function of management. So before you do starting, before directing, before all this, you need to plan. Okay? So how do you know how many people you want to recruit if you do not plan? Okay, so planning is the primary function of management. So it serves as a guide for organizing, tracking, directing, and controlling as well. So the other function of management is that, characteristic of planning is that it is a continuous process. So it is a continuous process. After you plan, you don't just sit down to okay, I have made a plan. No, you need to go back to your plan. So planning is, it never comes to an end, all right? Yeah, so it is a continuous process. You keep on making plans, you keep on going back to the plan and then change it if there are changes, they need to make a change. And then planning is observative. So planning, what we mean by planning is observative is that planning is done at all levels of management. So top management, they do plan. Middle, they do plan. Lower management, they also plan. So it is done at all levels of management. And planning is designed for efficiency. So planning leads to accomplishment of objectives at a minimum possible cost. So the whole idea of planning is that you want to achieve your objectives, but at a minimum possible cost. And then planning is flexible. So after you come up with a plan, you can always go back to it and then change it. So it is flexible. Yeah, so under changed circumstances, the original plan of action must be revised and updated to make it more practical. So if there are changes in the environment, you need to go back to the plan and revise the plan. Okay, so types of planning. There are 3 major types of plans. So we have strategical, tactical, and operational plans. So three major types of plans that can help managers to achieve their goals. So there's strategic, tactical, and operation. What is the mandate of the strategic plan? What is the strategic plan? No? Alright, so we'll look at the operation plan first. Yeah, so operation plans lead to the achievement of tactical plan, which in turn leads to the achievement of strategic plan. So in addition to those three types of plans, managers should also develop a contingency plan, just like a plan B, in case their original plan fails. So let's look at our operational plan. So operational plans is one that a manager uses to accomplish his or her job responsibilities. Yeah, so we have operational plans that the manager uses to accomplish his or her responsibilities. These are more like day-to-day plans. So the supervisors, they come up with the plans for the day that helps them accomplish their responsibilities. And then there are tactical plans. So tactical plans is concerned with what the lower level units within each division must do. So tactical plans are concerned with what the lower level units within each division must do. So how they must do it and who is in charge at each level. So tactics are the means needed to activate the strategy and make it work. The tactical plans are concerned with shorter time frames and narrower scopes than the strategic plan. So tactical plans are concerned with what the lower level units within each division must do, what they must do and who is in charge at each level. And lastly, we have strategic plans. So strategic plan is an outline of steps designed with the goals of the entire organization. So strategic plans, these are now the plan for the whole organization. While tactical plans, you are just making plans for a division or a department. So tactical plans, you are making plans for one division. What strategic plan, you are planning for the whole organization. So that strategic plan begins with an organization mission. So it means mission, vision, strategic plan, look ahead over the next 2, 3, 5 years. So these are long-term plans. Yeah, so lastly we said, apart from the three types of plans, we also have contingency plans. So contingency plans, these are like backup plans. So intelligent and successful management depends upon a constant period of adaptation, flexibility, and master of changing conditions. Yeah, so contingency planning involves identifying alternative course of action that can be implemented if and when the original plan proves inadequate because of changing circumstances. So if a plan doesn't work, you have a contingency plan, which is like a backup plan. So you need to know that even after you have done the environmental assessment and you are very sure of your plan, you can have some events that are beyond the manager's control that can cause you to change your plan. So that is why you need the backup plan. You need to have an alternative.
You mean that we have three types of plans, but then they continue to plan is just about a plan, like one you have to do?
Yes, there are only three types of plans.
So if that's just a point.
Okay. Yeah. You just explained there are three types of plans. One is advisors that have the contingency plans. We did forecasting, eh? Last week. We looked at types of forecasting. Okay, organizing. Okay, so types of planning we have, techniques of forecasting. Okay, what did we say about forecasting? Yeah, so what did we say on forecasting?
The planning is used to predict future development of challenges that will influence the operations of the government.
Yeah. Yeah, so planning and forecasting are closely related to each other because you cannot plan without making forecast. Because you're planning for the future, so you make assumptions of whatever is going to happen in the future. So planning is deciding in advance what is to be done in the future, and the future is not certain, and the future is also risky. Yeah, so there are essential elements in business forecasting. So there are 4 essential elements of business forecasting. The first one is developing the groundwork with known and available information about the company's growth and its positioning through their plan. So this is the first stage of investigation. It is the first stage of investigation in the forecast. So you develop the groundwork with known and available information about the company's growth and its positioning and product line. So the second element is that against the backdrop of information, after you collect the information, you estimate the future business prospects. So this is made by the management. So against the backdrop of information collected, an estimate of future business prospects is made by the management. And then you compare the actual with the estimated result. The actual and the estimated result is a continuous process. So there's need for you to compare the actual result and the estimated result. And lastly, the last element is defining the forecast process. So as the time progresses, managers should be able to adjust the forecast technique to meet the changing needs of the business. So you need to go back to and then adjust the forecast technique. So what did I say about developing the groundwork with the known and available information about the company's growth? What does it mean? What does it mean developing the groundwork with the known and available information about the company's growth, position, and product line? Lovely. Where? Oh. Oh. Developing the groundwork with the known and available information about the company's growth. Okay, choose anyone below. Okay, Apo. Developing the groundwork with the known and available information about the company's growth, its positioning, and product line. Nigel.
I think this is where the managers look at the past financial years and look at the business. So, they want to come up with the actual.
What about against the second one, making estimates for the future business prospects?
I think this is where the next prediction. When it's about financial setup, the net budget, goes into what they might expect.
Alright. The first step, comparing the actual with the estimated result. What is involved in comparing the actual and the estimated result? Comparing the actual with the estimated, the actual result with the estimated result. We say after you estimate the future business prospect, you need to sit down and compare the actual result and the estimated result.
I think this can also be the evaluation of the plan of muscle. Because in a way, but they look at if you say they compare
the actual result with the estimated result. Yes. So the second step, you are estimating the future business prospect. Right? So now the third one, the thing has been implemented. So you're actually comparing the actual results, what people are actually doing on the ground, with the estimated results. So if there are any difference, you can actually go back to your focus, and then you make changes again. I don't know if I'm making sense. All right. Yeah, so the last element now is refining the focus process. So what you do is you make adjustments to the forecasting technique to meet the changing needs of the business. So as I always say, we live in an environment that is constantly changing. So it doesn't mean if you make plans, your plans will be like that. Your plans are going to need changes in the environment, so you need to go back and change some things in the plan as well. Yeah, so there are techniques to forecasting. There are actually three. There's deterministic, there's symptomatic, and systematic techniques. Techniques of forecasting. So we have, there are three commonly used business forecasting techniques. So they include deterministic techniques, symptomatic and systematic. So deterministic technique assumes that there is a close causal relationship between present and future. So there is a relationship between present and future. So these techniques are used to forecast certain elements such as capital spending, consumer expenditure, and general business conditions. So the principal techniques used here are latest information, knowledge of program or limits, spotting the beginning of the length process, and recognizing people's expectations. And then there's systematic techniques. So these are based on the points of information spotted through the economic activity of the country's national or industrial industry. So based on the significant changes in the business activity over a period of time, and based on information collected, future trends are predicted. So these are basically, they are based on the points of information that are spotted through the economic activities that are happening in the country. And then lastly, we have systematic approach in forecasting. These are derived from economic theories. So basically, these are derived from economic theories. So the theories, they have already come up with the theories and the cause and effect relation among different economic factors which hold relevance for the past, present, future, are taken and forecast are then constructed. So, yeah, so this is a result. And then we look at organizing. What is organizing? So organizing is a process by which employees, facilities, and tasks are related to each other with a view to achieve goals. So it is a process by which employees, facilities, and tasks are related to each other with a view to achieve goals. So basically it is the way work is allocated among people. It is the way work is allocated among people. Allocated among people. It helps in describing formal relationship between people and resources to achieve the desired goal. So organizing also defines responsibility and authority in the process of allocating tasks among employees. So organizations can be formally created or they can be informal. What does that mean? So what is a formally created group, and how is that different from the informal group? This informal organization. What is the difference of formal organization and informal organization? What is a formal organization?
The formal organization is an organization which follows details, while informal is just an organization which is not in detail, provided their services and products are produced.
Okay. So formally created organizations, they made. Okay? So basically we have the structure of the organization. People actually sit down and say, okay, we need to have the CEO and we need to have managers, we need all those. But then we also have informal organization that is not consciously made. It is made naturally, maybe because a number of people, they are, maybe they all drinking together. Eh? So because of that, they form a certain organization. Naturally an organization is formed. So from that organization, you find that a leader will come out. Eh? We say some people are just born leaders. Eh? So you don't actually sit down and say this is going to be a leader, no. So you find people go into that person for advice or whatever, all right? So we look at the form organization. So a form organization has the features of official structures and systems. So people actually sit down and come up with official structures and systems that are consciously designed by organization members to accomplish organization goals. So the other feature of a form organization is that there is a relationship people-to-people and people-to-weight interaction pattern created to accomplish organization goals. So people actually interact for a certain reason, which is to achieve organization goals. While in formal organization, it is a joint activity between two or more individuals, not formally designed, that possibly contributes to the joint result. So organized to meet the social and personal needs. So most of the time, this form of organization is formed when people want to meet their social and personal needs and wants. And then here the structure, communication, network, and relationship do not necessarily follow those of formal organization. So the structure, the communication network, and the relationship do not necessarily follow those of the formal organization. Yeah, so we're still looking at organization structure. This is just your same class, one class. Sorry? I'm saying, but not now. I'm still waiting on the notes. So I want to read the notes more than me and Matumka. So you can go to the Are you able, I think someone communicated to me with that any command of content. So I think maybe, yeah, I think one. Okay. Yeah. So if you are ready to upload, you can talk to Matt. Yeah, I hope I'm kidding. Now, you just tell him put him in the two compound and get to go back. You don't have.
I don't know.
You don't know anything about your payment. So payment has been here since day one. You didn't tell your friend who didn't have an assignment. Oh yeah. For those that are new, have an assignment. The first assignment. Okay. So how many are new? There is Christopher. Where's Christopher? Yeah, Christopher.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
You are not new.
I'm not new. But the thing was, there was something that I was working on. So I was not coming for this class. On Facebook, I communicated even to the team.
Okay, Christopher, who else? What's your name? Your name is not here. You need to write your name. Who else? What's your name? Yeah, so there's Sifuniro. Where's Madrid? Oh, Madrid. So there's Sifuniro Madrid, Christopher, there's Khadija, Foy, Lorena is here. Yeah, so there's an assignment. Yeah, okay, do the assignment. I'm not explaining anything that language yet. Okay, yeah. the assignment and also classwork, because your friends and their marks will also come from the presentation that they have done. So for you, I'll also give you a classwork that you can present, you should present next class. Yeah, so as I said, I need the names of the group members. Yes. So the first assignment is due on 17th year. Yeah, that is next week. So next week by midnight. Midnight. Make sure you submit on 17th because I want to mark the assignment during the weekend. After the 21st, you can do no. If you, yeah.
What that class is submit on the 20th?
No. So you're supposed to submit on 17th. By 20th, I want to finish marking your paper. So, you know what happens? If you submit late, you don't need to submit late. Yeah, so, oh, by the way, the people that were not here during the first class, if you submit late, there's a penalty. But how much do you pay? I think it's 7,000. Yeah. So there's a penalty which is 7,000. So apart from the penalty now, me as your lecturer, what I do is I deduct marks for each day, then whatever. So I deduct 5 marks. So if you so like for this assignment, you're supposed to submit on 17th. So if you submit on the 18th and you got a 50, no, I will give you 45. If you submit on the 19th, I will give you 40. I will ask it. You need to ask I can hear you. I think it must take about midnight, Yeah, it must take about midnight. So after midnight, it shows with late submission. Yeah. No. Yeah, I can imagine that. So actually, you are supposed to use book. Don't give me the HTTP. Yeah. Come on, HTTP, whatever, yes. Use book. Because if you are even using the journals, we use APA reference instead. Yeah, we use APA reference instead. So if you are using the journals, you can just go on Google and check how to do referencing using APA reference instead. So it will show you how you can use books, how you can use newspapers, journals, all those things. Yeah, anything. Okay, internet. You are supposed to use things that are books or materials that have been published. Not if someone just woke up one day and then decided to write something. So HTTP should follow something that has been published. Yes. Also, I'm going to HTTP, the whatever. Yeah, but then you need to still use materials that have been published. If you do not, I told you put the article. Okay, so you saw the course outline. There is a prescribed check. All those books that are prescribed check, they are there in the library, soft copy books. The whole topic is taken at 10 and then a person. No, okay, so the topic is just the content. So if you have to cover this as different sections, you need to take it. No, you are supposed to be on a separate page. Moving and printing. You're not even printing, you're just sending.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I want to put it there, so I can put it
Fine. No, supposed to have it on, yeah, okay. Sorry? So the intake citation is in the content.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, that is intake citation. Is that what you're asking? Wow, okay. So intake citation is the name of you say, so this is what you're asking, eh? Yeah, so intake citation is supposed to be there. So after the content, you have a different page, yes, different of bibliography. So bibliography now you put in detail. Yeah, the author's name, the year, the title of the book, the publisher. Yeah, if it's a journal, we include the page. Yeah, and what else? Edition. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's in this order. Commando, at the end of your essay, different section, you need to put the differences in detail. So this is called intake citation. Now this is the different section.
So the difference is that you put what?
Yeah? You use both. I don't know if I'm making sense.
Why do you use one?
Let me try to say that.
Why do you use one?
One, you just use this.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you put waiver 2016, and then you put whatever Mark says, and if I want to check where you put this information, where am I going to find the information? In the different section. Because this is not detailed, eh?
Yeah.
Different samples and different Yeah, but not beyond 10 years. From this is 2023, so you can use books up to 2016. We had 4. Not 4 groups. Group we are. I feel it. So you are alright. Yeah, so there's an issue that you want to bring it up.
Madam, tell me when anything here could be
Link what's up? You will like it? You want to tell us in my field of class? Yeah, so the group assignment So for group assignment, you join the approach. Yeah, theory. Okay. What about this 3 years? That is theory,